Hello, everyone, and welcome to Infinite Minds. Have you ever wondered why some products seem so much cheaper than others, even though they're essentially the same? Or why your favorite imported item suddenly becomes more expensive? The answer often lies in tariffs, taxes on imported goods. Today, we'll dissect this complex topic, exploring the function of tariffs, their impact on governments and populations, and whether we should strive for a world with fewer trade barriers. Tariffs are essentially taxes levied on goods imported into a country. They can be a fixed charge per unit as a specific tariff, or a percentage of the value of the import, ad valorem tariff. Governments impose tariffs for four main reasons. 1. Protecting domestic industries. Tariffs make imported goods more expensive, making domestically produced goods more competitive. This can shield local businesses from foreign competition, particularly in infant industries. 2. Generating revenue. Tariffs provide a source of income for the government. Historically, they were a significant revenue stream. 3. National security. Tariffs can be used to restrict imports of goods deemed critical for national security, ensuring domestic availability. 4. Retaliation. Tariffs can be used as a tool to retaliate against unfair trade practices by other countries. As with anything, there exist both positive and negative impacts of tariffs for governments. Some benefits that tariffs offer to governments are increased revenue. As mentioned, tariffs generate revenue. While less significant today than in the past, it can still be a useful income source, especially for developing nations. Protection of domestic industries. By making imports more expensive, tariffs can encourage consumers to buy local products, boosting domestic production and employment. This can be particularly appealing politically. Bargaining chip. Tariffs can be used as leverage in trade negotiations. The threat of imposing tariffs can encourage other countries to agree to more favorable trade terms. However, tariffs also have significant drawbacks for governments. 3 negative impacts that tariffs impose to governments are: reduced trade. Tariffs disrupt the free flow of goods and services, leading to reduced international trade. This can harm overall economic growth. Trade wars. One country's tariffs often lead to retaliatory tariffs from other countries, escalating into trade wars that harm all involved. These can disrupt supply chains and increase uncertainty for businesses. Inefficiency. Protecting domestic industries through tariffs can lead to inefficiency. Without competition, local businesses may become complacent and less innovative. The impact of tariffs is not only felt on governments, but their populations as well. The effects that tariffs have on individual households is complex and can lead to these possibilities. 1. Higher prices. The most direct effect is higher prices for imported goods. This can reduce consumer purchasing power and lower living standards, especially for essential goods. 2. Reduced choice. Tariffs can limit the availability of imported products, reducing consumer choice. 3. Job losses. While tariffs might protect some jobs in specific industries, they can also lead to job losses in other sectors that rely on imported inputs or that export goods facing retaliatory tariffs. So, is it better to avoid unnecessary tariffs? From an economist's perspective, generally, yes, it's better to avoid unnecessary tariffs. While tariffs can be useful tools in certain situations, their overall impact on global welfare is often negative. Free trade, facilitated by minimizing tariffs and other trade barriers, promotes competition, innovation, and efficiency, leading to lower prices, greater choice, and higher overall economic growth. However, there are nuances. Carefully targeted tariffs may be justified in specific situations, such as addressing unfair trade practices or protecting national security interests. The key is to avoid blanket tariff policies that harm the economy as a whole. The ideal scenario is a world with minimal trade barriers, where goods and services can flow freely across borders. This requires international cooperation and agreements to reduce tariffs and other trade restrictions. However, it also requires addressing legitimate concerns about unfair trade practices and ensuring that trade benefits all countries involved. Smart trade policies focus on negotiating free trade agreements. These agreements aim to reduce or eliminate tariffs and other trade barriers between countries. Promoting fair competition, addressing issues like dumping, selling goods below cost, and subsidies that distort trade. Investing in domestic competitiveness. Rather than relying on tariffs to protect industries, governments should invest in education, infrastructure, and technology to make domestic businesses more competitive globally. Tariffs are a complex tool with both potential benefits and significant drawbacks. While they can offer some short-term advantages, particularly for specific industries, their long-term impact on global trade and economic growth is often negative. Striving for a world with fewer unnecessary tariffs through international cooperation and smart trade policies is crucial for fostering a more prosperous and interconnected global economy. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We will meet you again in the next delivery of Infinite Minds.